Amidst tensions that couldn't be higher over Iran and Syria, Prime Minister Netanyahu has just left for Moscow to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Netanyahu says that his mission for this upcoming meeting was to ensure ongoing military cooperation in Syria, but many are skeptical at just how much Russia is willing to continue to allow. In fact, Russia has repeatedly warned Israel in the past to end all strikes against Iranian and Syrian targets in Syria, attacks just like those reported last night. Well, joining us now for a deeper analysis is Zeev Levin, the head of the Central Eurasian Research Unit at the Truman Institute of the Hebrew University. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's start with the big question here. Do you suspect Israel and Russian military cooperation is going to continue in Syria, and if so, to what degree?
Well, as facts show, Russia and Israel are deep into cooperation in Syria. Just days after, again, alleged attack that Israel engaged in Syria, Prime Minister Netanyahu is made of guest of honor in Moscow now and accepted with highest honor. Atikva is sound just right next to the Red Square, and again, contrary to the past and the history when Russia was against Israel and supporting only one-sided the Arab world. This time Russia is cooperating, and again, Russia has their own interest in the Middle East. Not all our East interests are correlating, but still we have much more sharing than the dispute.
Well, we saw these airstrikes last night. If Russia does, become more strict, will Israel be able to continue these, of course, alleged airstrikes? Again, it is believed that Israel is carrying out these airstrikes without getting in trouble with Russia?
Well, it depends what the interests of Russia in the region are. And the Iranian interests are in cope with Russian ones, but are not specifically the same. And Russia has their own interests in the region, and if they could get rid of the Iranians here, they wouldn't mind. They cooperating with the Iranians now in Syria because they have to do it. They are their partners on field. They have their own interests supporting Iranian economy and Iranian regime, again, because of the Russian interests, not because of the Iranians ones. And here again, when Russia looking on the region, on the whole region, and especially on the world scene, Israel is one of the partners that they want to deal with and have an open channel and dialogue with.
Well, Russian experts like Rajab Safarov from the Center for Contemporary Iranian Studies in Moscow have noted that now that this, Iranian nuclear deal is scrapped, Russia may be offering warplanes to Iran. Is there any validity to that?
Well, here again, it's very much depending on the Russian interests on spot.
Yeah.
They are supplying Iranians with anti-aircraft systems. Still, they say those systems are anti-attack ones and not aggressive ones. So I don't think that they will cross the line and support Iranians with military system.
Well, but the question here is, is Russia, there are some that believe that Russia and Israel are actually happy that we're on the brink of a war here. Is that the reality?
No, Russia is very concerned about the situation in the Middle East. They don't want to escalate the situation as it is now. Their concerns are about the escalation and the free hand that Israel has in Syria is in their fear that it will lead to some further escalation in the region. They are very much interested of maintaining Assad in power. They are very much interested of maintaining a kind of stability and peaceful resolution in the region. Well, they are controlling the situation.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.